Hit it!
Hey everybody, this is Computergeek0101010001 here, and we are back for a 17-month Tech Room update. Yes, it has been that long since I did a Tech Room update in here. 17 long months and a whole lot of stuff to cover. So sit down, grab your popcorn, grab a Dr. Pepper, maybe put it in a convenient little koozie, because this video is about to get long. Okay, so let me just give you a general idea of what's happened between the time I last recorded a Tech Room update video, and this is just basically just going to be general, pretty general stuff. First, that fire extinguisher got mounted up there. So, I'd say the camera's a little bit on the high end. Okay, so basically we had the coronavirus, which really, yeah, I'd say that definitely knackered 2020 a little bit. Well, actually a lot. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't bother doing a Tech Room update video for December of 2020, because I had other stuff going on and I basically just didn't feel like it. So there. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so coronavirus, that definitely knackered 2020, and I basically didn't feel like doing an update video for that year. I've also moved basically all my systems over. I've also basically moved all my systems over to Debian. Did some pretty big network changes, and yeah, there's just a whole host of stuff to cover here. So. Okay, so just like the last two Tech Room update videos, we're basically just going to start by panning the camera all the way around the room, and you can get a look for yourself at what's changed. So, I'm going to pan it down and up. I'm going to look around. So, yeah, a lot of stuff in here has changed. So, where are we? So, yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. Where are we going to start? I think we should start over here at this shelving unit. If you either have very recently watched or rewatched December 2019 Tech Room updates, you may have seen a glimpse of that particular record player there and behind the boxes with the Verizon stuff, which is I've still gotten here, and that stuff actually has not seen the light of day in well over a year. And yeah, though that HP Pavilion 725N got parted out, and the Dell Optiplex GX100 is still fully assembled and is sitting in the cabin pending me getting bothered enough to do anything with it. Other than that, it's basically all the same. The Duquesne Compact 3200 is still there, Intercom speakers are still there, that's still there, all that stuff is basically the same. So yeah. And now we have a different TV here. Before we had that big old Philips thing, and that got moved to the cabinet. Let's just put it this way, that thing probably weighs 100 pounds. So we have this, it's a weird brand name, Broxonic. Basically it's one of those silver TVs from the early 2000s. This one was built in 2003, I believe, or early 2004. And I actually got this TV from the high school that I go to. They were repurposing a room, and they took the TV out of it, and either I took the TV or the TV went in the dumpster, and you can see what option I took. So yeah, that's changed. And then there's a VCR and a PlayStation and some batteries. The VCR I also got from the band hall at the school that I go to. And the PlayStation, I got that years ago, and I think this is actually the very first time it's been seen on video. So say hello to YouTube, PlayStation. And then bit of a story behind those two batteries. We'll cover that later. And there's an old laptop battery in the background. All those need to be recycled. Not much in the way of changes here, though a few things have been moved around. But as I said, not much in the way of changes there. But as we pan over a little bit, we start to see some pretty major changes. So that box and that TV there, that 1988 Sound Design TV, that 1988 TV there, I used that as part of the production of the Decade Send-Off video series. And I've also used it as a video monitor. I've also used it as a video monitor for another video that I've recorded. And that's destined to go to the cabinet, as well as the box on top of that, as well as the RC controller right there. So, and the filing cabinets have moved from their old spot next to the mini fridge in the corner of the tech room, and there's a ton of boxes there that need to get something done with them. Most of those are probably end up going to get thrown out, and then some of them are going to go to the cabin. And we pan over to our shelving units. Things are a little bit different. That's more reminiscent of what it was like in 2017, where I had some hanging off of there. That's powering a different skeleton setup, which we'll go into in a little bit. But other than that, I mean, it's just been the usual minor additions of boxes and stuff. But there has been some pretty big changes down here. I've kind of cleaned things out right there, and kind of cleaned that out. I've definitely cleaned some stuff out of here to make better use of the space I have available. And found some VHS tapes in the dumpster, and this is what's left after getting rid of all the ones that had tape mold, which from what I've heard is pretty deadly to VCRs and pretty dangerous to humans. So anyways, I've added some stuff onto the stack of disused AV equipment back there, and put a monitor up there. And yeah, so and over here is where the filing cabinet. Over here is where the filing cabinets used to live. The last time there was a tech room update video, the Onkyo HT-R500 was up on top of the filing cabinets, and this computer setup did not exist in any form. And I said I had plans to basically decommission this Sony component thing, but as you can see, plans have changed. The Oculus HTR 500, I swear that thing had a firmware bug, and I eventually got sick and tired and fed up with it, and off to the cabinet. And this ViewSonic monitor and that ViewSonic monitor, also got those from the band hall. And and what do we see right here? That looks familiar. It's the Dell Dimension E310. Yep. The Dell Dimension E310 is back again. So yeah, this thing, as I mentioned in Tech Room Updates December 2019, had suffered a power supply failure, resulting in the loss of its functionality. Well, I dug up another power supply, stuck it in here, and as you can see, there's definitely some stuff going on right there. With a 40-pin IDE cable, 40-pin 40 conductor. We have a SATA cable hanging out the front, and Molex power and SATA power. This machine is officially called Legacy Things because I use it for handling legacy data formats. And yeah, legacy media formats. It's like IDE drives and floppy diskettes and other similarly old antiquated media types. You'll find them being handled with this computer. And I also use this as my drive wiping system. So if I have like a hard drive, if I have a desktop IDE hard drive or any SATA hard drive that needs wiped, you'll generally find this system doing it. And here's a Sony components receiver system thing. It's back in action. I originally took it out of service because I thought that it had blown its amplifier, but I guess not. So it's hooked up, back in action, and this cord right here is basically an aux cord, so that way I can plug my phone into it and listen to like my gigantic 1800 plus video YouTube playlist through this. The same intercom speakers. And the wiring is a whole lot better though. I'm actually using speaker wire now, and I guess the camera's allergic to the fact that I'm using speaker wire because the moment I go to mention it, it goes blurry. But I'm actually using good quality speaker wire. And if we look around the back here, I still have a little bit of hackery going on for the FM antenna. It's basically a paperclip shoved into the It's basically a paperclip shoved into the F connector with a jumper clip going up. Basically for as best reception as I can get without actually having to resort to buying an FM antenna for it. And here we have an HP external optical drive, so that way I can do stuff such as boot up D-band from a CD while I have multiple hard drives connected up there. Because somewhere around here, yeah, somewhere in a box of miscellaneous computer components lies a fully functioning SATA optical drive. So, yeah, if I was just wiping an IDE drive, I would connect up the SATA optical drive and use that to boot D-band. But now that I've got this HP external optical drive hooked up over USB, I never hook up a SATA optical drive here anymore. So, and the Brother HL-1440 printer that was on top of the filing cabinets is gone off to the cabin until further notice. I replaced it with the Samsung ML-3750 ND printer. I actually have another one of these just like it sitting in the cabin with no toner. So it's in standby right now, but I have it hooked up over USB. I would hook it up to the network, however, I don't have an Ethernet cable long enough. And this power strip, most of the cabling is exactly as it stands as of December 2019. Definitely made a few changes. Some cables, some cables have definitely been removed and rerouted and something. I don't know. Blech. Yeah, cables have definitely been removed, rerouted, but there has not been like a big major recabling since about 2 years ago. And I almost accidentally ejected the battery, which would have been wonderful. So, yeah. And, you might recognize that computer case. And, so let's go ahead and look in this closet, because last time we were in here, we had a Tech Room Network Bridge machine that was in here, but if you have not seen the video home network updates, I highly recommend you go check it out, because it'll give you some more context into the situation. And where is the Tech Room Network Bridge machine? The Tech Room Network Bridge machine, the Tech Room Network Bridge machine setup no longer exists, because we did some networking changes in here. And I'll just turn the light on and show y'all how things are. Teletonica RUT240 modem, ASUS dual band Wi-Fi router here, MU-MIMO, so multi-user, multi-in, multi-out. Basically a really long-winded way of saying high performance. And you'll notice this curious looking cable connected to the power strip here. Jamming rig, Tech Room SPGR, and I've got it set up more like, I've got the software configuration set up more like my main computer, because if for any reason my main computer were to ever go down, I basically just want to be able to walk in here, fire this thing up, and basically have a drop-in ready to go replacement while my main computer is down. So there's that, and of course the jacked up Altec Lansing speaker system is still here, and it's still missing the right channel. And that is a warmer thing, and it actually smells pretty good in here right now, courtesy of that. So, and another cute, and you might notice some fan noise. Eaton Powerware 9130 double conversion uninterruptible power supply. This thing I got right around the beginning. This thing I got right around the beginning of the year. Yeah, this thing I got right around the beginning of the year. From our neighbor. Yeah, this thing I got right around the beginning of the year from the same neighbor who gave me this APC Smart UPS 1000 and the previous APC Smart UPS 1000. You know, the one that the one that burned up? Yeah. But both of these UPSs have been in here and running happily. And I've got my APC UPSD configurations all set up and everything like that. And I have it's a little bit interesting configuration between these two UPSs, because that UPS right there basically powers everything except the tech room firewall system and the core network stack for the home. This UPS up here covers that and that only. In fact, there are two load banks on it which are individually switchable. The tech room firewall server is on one bank, and the home network stack is on the other bank. And that's it. That is it. So this system right here has a APC UPSD on it, and when that UPS gets down to, I think, 15%, I believe, this system will shut down, and the firewall and file server will shut down basically together, and that's after the main office. That's after Gavin's gaming rig shuts down at 80. The main office computer shuts down at 30. Spare gaming rig, excuse me. And before the APC UPSD server itself shuts down at 5%. But basically, this system is watching that UPS, the one on the bottom, and when that hits 15%, this goes down along with that. And then, that takes quite a bit of load off of that. So basically, the only thing left is a home network stack, and that UPS will support the home network stack for quite a while. 3 hours plus. Now, I haven't actually tested that, but that's just from what the runtime counter on the UPS says. So, yeah. But if we look under here, there's no more desk-mounted firewall system, and there's no more power supplies and stuff at the back. There's an empty plug on the power strip where those power supplies used to connect. So, yeah. Let's see. And you might also recognize this keyboard from my 3-part bolt mod series. From my 3-part bolt mod series, whenever I was restoring and bolt modding this keyboard. So here it is. Back out of all those menus on the UPS. And this right here is a Unicomp Model M keyboard. I have recorded an unboxing video of this. However, I haven't exactly processed it yet. So, that'll be happening somewhat soon, I believe. So, and the Dell keyboard there is there now. The Gateway VX700 monitor that was once here is now in my room as a third monitor. And this Dell 1702 FPW monitor, I believe it is. Let me unlock the system and find out. Display. It doesn't really tell me anything. Yeah, I believe it's a 1702 FPW. But this is a 5x4 monitor. Yeah, this is a 5:4 aspect ratio monitor. So, 1280 by 1024. And yeah, I cannot remember who I got this from, but it works fine. And of course you can see I've basically put my own YouTube channel stuff right up there. And other than that, there really has not been a whole lot of changes on the computing front. Well, I mean there has, but I mean not a whole lot of apparent stuff. Every single one of my computers in active service, with the exception of this, runs Debian of some variant. This system runs OpenBSD as a component of OpenSense, and this computer and this computer have USB 3 cards in them now. So, and this thing right here is no longer connected through my KVM switch. It is actually directly connected to the main office computer, and the main office computer actually serves up a print server, a C Unix printing system, or CUPS print server. So, and this thing right here, that's my Toshiba 32AV500U, used to be my primary monitor on my main computer setup until this thing went flaky on me for a brief period of time, and I replaced it with an LG 32ML 600M-B monitor. So, you see the mini fridge is still the same. Oh, I haven't covered this setup yet. This setup right here is basically my computer testing setup. All it normally consists of is a monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. But I've got VGA cable, keyboard cable, and a mouse cable, and a power cable for a computer basically sitting there ready at all times. So if I need to test a computer, I can basically just plop it down here, plug it in, and go. And that's what that thing right there is for. And that's what that thing right there is for. So, and you might have noticed the cabling on the floor is a little bit different. Yes, I got some plugs. I got some cord ends from Rockmore's Hardware, and basically made my own custom length cables. One going from the Smart UPS 1000 to there. One going from my Smart UPS 1000 to here, and then there's another cable that connects from here to that particular power strip, and there's another cable going from the Eaton Powerware 30 into the utility closet, which is connected to the network stack. And fun fact, whenever we were affected by rolling blackouts during Snowmageddon 2 in February, that Eaton Powerware 9130 is what kept that network stack up and running. So, and this is a portable handheld scanner, and this is a case for it, in case anybody was wondering. And this is where that illuminated tree went. It was over here, and it's now over there. And if you're wondering what that curious looking big object is, That is a Panasonic TC-P60S30 plasma television from August of 2011. Got it from one of our neighbors who said the thing had died on him, and literally the problem was the power connector at the back had come loose. Like, it uses an IEC C13 cable, like all of these other computers, and the power plug at the back had simply come loose. Yeah. But it was a pretty easy fix, and we have used this in here multiple times. Like, say, when I had my birthday party, we set this up on the freezer, and we had an Xbox One in here. We had the Xbox One in here, and we basically killed the lights and killed the lights, closed the curtain blinds, and we basically had a game night in here. Of course, now I spent most of that night messing with a monitor mounting arm, and getting both my first monitor and my fourth monitor, which I got my fourth monitor as a birthday present. Both of them LG. Both my first and fourth monitors are LG 32mm 600M-B monitors. So yeah, I spent most of the game night getting that set up and fine-tuned and everything like that. So, anyways, I think I've covered everything in here. Yeah. I do believe I have covered everything in here that has changed. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, this Linksys EA6300 router, I actually factory reset it last night and reconfigured and everything like that, and finally managed to kill off a long dead, completely non-working tech room guest network that apparently had magnetized every iPhone. That, like, an iPhone comes into the house, and next thing you know, it auto-connected to this thing, and they're like, "Can you put me on the internet?" And I go over to it, and turns out the iPhone had auto-connected to the tech room guest network. I'm like, why does it do this? But I digress. That network is now dead, so that point is now irrelevant. So, anyways, yeah, I do believe I have covered everything that has changed in here over the last 17 months. So, this is the Computer Geek 01010101 here, and just a note, couple of upcoming videos, a detailed overview of a Dell Dimension 4600C, and a detailed overview of my now retired Tech Room Firewall system, which is an Advantech Uno-3072LA, and you'll be seeing some drive wiping action going on in one of those videos. Anyways, this is the Computer Geek 01010101 here. Peace out, guys. Peace out, and see you in the next video. recording. What? Hi, everybody! Add that one to the blooper reel.